Yes, ever.
Okay. Okay, how many of you donate regularly?
I donate clothes.
Okay, I definitely saw some hands that went up that didn't put their hands up for donating regularly.
You were just confused. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, how many of you would donate if there was like more of an opportunity? Okay. In our community, like all communities, there's a problem with people that live below poverty level. Unfortunately, it is not always easy to find a way to help, so that's what we are going for.
We feel that the reason that people don't donate as much as they'd like to is not because of a lack of compassion, but a lack of availability. So when we began this project, Mr. Shinborn suggested that a great way to create opportunity for these people as musicians would be to put on a benefit concert. Music is a concept that we feel everyone can relate to, so we set about finding ways to benefit the community with our music.
Okay, back in the day, last March actually, I was hanging with a friend of mine, Connor Hall, and I just heard him singing Maggie May by Rod Stewart. It's like, hey, that's actually really, really good. So I asked him a week later if he'd want to put an act together for the talent show with that song. And it just occurred to us, right before the talent show actually ended up happening in January, that we can use this for our senior project as a way to raise money for the community. Because the Maury Foundation does this talent show every year and allows students to participate and try to earn money for their school. So we decided to split up our acts to increase our chances of winning. Logan here took the Maggie May act on guitar, Connor was singing, Landon Torres was on drums, and Autumn Mullins was on bass. I took a 6-medley act, playing guitar, Dylan Harkey on vocals, Scott Sockel on drums, Alex Burkholder on the piano, and Matt Carter on the bass. The way it works is you perform at the high school first, where they choose 3 representatives that best represent their school to move on to the Maury Town show to win money for their school. And there's also an alternate act. My act was chosen as one of the representatives, and Logan's act here was chosen as the alternate. So regardless, we were going to the finals. And sure enough, at the finals, we collectively placed 2nd place, which earned the school $10,000.
Woo!
If you didn't go, the show was awesome, by the way. After we had done this, Mr. Shinborn approached us with this idea for our senior project. He recognized our talent as musicians and suggested that we help our community in a similar way to the talent show and put on a benefit concert. So we talked to Ryan Heisler, who's the drummer for the band New Day Dreamers, which was one of the bands in the concert during our show, and he set up a gig at Kayak Coffee Shop. He set the date for the 3rd of March, and we began our practices. We practiced a 9-song set list and spent every Monday and Wednesday practicing since the first week of February. We rehearsed 4 originals that Colin and I had written and 5 covers. And the last thing we needed was to find a beneficiary. Our original intent was to talk to Listening Ear, which is the self-help program that Kelsey and her group mentioned. But after talking to my father, he suggested helping the Salvation Army, because if you don't know this, the Salvation Army is not just a thrift store. They do a lot with providing food and shelter for people in need. And I didn't know that either, but once I found out, I thought that the Salvation Army would be a great beneficiary. So we talked to Tess, the assistant manager, and Gary, and they thought it was a great idea, and absolutely loved it.
Of course, we needed people to come to this event, so I took over the publication jobs. The most important things we needed were flyers to put around places and a Facebook page. So Ryan and I designed the event page, and we made sure we got the word out on the places online. And my friend Lily Lucas has graphics class, so she helped us design the flyer in her class. And I distributed the flyers to different places around the school around town, and the Facebook page had over 50 people that said they were in attendance.
Okay, so without further ado, we would like to present you a video that demonstrates the leadership that we experience.
To say, it hit me
Cool. So thanks for listening, guys. Does anyone have any questions?
I'm not Fox singing.
Yes.
Duh. It just said music by Colin O'Neill in that box. Do you think that was Colin singing?
No.
Would have just